It's been nearly a week since Shannon Sharpe's entire world got rocked after an allegation and a lawsuit was filed against him for $50 million. And in the days that have gone by since then, things have only got worse for Shannon Sharpe, because not only did he initially come out and say, I refuse to give any money to this. This is just a shakedown, blah, blah, blah. Well, as it turns out, this has been in the works for months now, and he offered her over $10 million to just go away quietly. So apparently Shannon Sharpe, if this is blackmail, like he said, he does give into that just for $10 million, not $50 million. And then we started to hear audio tape. And then we started to see leaked text messages. We heard audio of Shannon Sharpe threatening to choke the shit out of her. We heard audio from Shannon Sharpe threatening to choke her in public. And look, Shannon Sharpe is nearly a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
The first bad decision he made is, as a 60-year-old man, hanging around 19-year-old Instagram whores. Sorry, OnlyFans whores.
OnlyFans. It's worse, dude.
Right. OnlyFans whores. Probably not the best decision for you, Shannon Sharpe, as somebody that does have a lot of money and somebody of your age. Shannon Sharpe's at the age where he should be he should have his grandchildren bouncing up and down on his lap, just happy. But instead, he's chasing down OnlyFans girls at the gym and fucking a bunch of them raw. So probably not the best life decision in general, but you do you, as long as it's all consensual. I think this girl 100% knew what she was doing, recording those things and setting him up. That doesn't mean that Shannon Sharpe has done nothing wrong or did nothing wrong.
Right.
Because after this came out, we have now heard multiple things about Shannon Sharpe. This is now the fourth time in the past 15 or so years that Shannon Sharpe has been accused of doing something similar to this. And that is starting to become a pattern. And so when ESPN, when Shannon Sharpe comes out and says, hey, I'm deciding to take a step back at ESPN, apparently that was not the case. ESPN told him to take a step back. ESPN put him on the bench and said, hey, you have to go away while this entire thing gets sorted out, because this is a bad look for us right now with each and every day you on First Take, while all of these text messages and all of these audio clips and all of this heinous shit about you is coming out. But Shannon Sharpe thought it was best for him to spin the narrative. And he tried to do something. Look, this is how you know you're not dealing with the smartest person when it comes to Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe's PR team texted him this statement, which he was intended to copy and paste, obviously.
Right.
Instead, he screenshot the text message from the PR person and posted that as his fucking statement.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
My statement is found here, and that is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I'm electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. No, ESPN asked him to leave. I'll be devoting the time to my family and responding and dealing with these false disruption allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overall ongoing support I've received from my family, OnlyFans, friends, and colleagues. From Shannon Sharpe. And he screenshots this and posts it.
He screenshotted it from his conversation and posted it as a picture. Wow.
Yes. And
that is retarded.
And unfortunately for Shannon, this has created kind of a shitstorm for him, because there was already a lawsuit from 2 years ago that's still in process that someone has a very similar story about Shannon Sharpe. Michelle Evans accuses Shannon Sharpe of rape and retaliation. He forced me to my knees. Now, this is revealed that this lawsuit has been it has been active since 2003 against Shannon Sharpe.
Whoa.
We also find out that Shannon Sharpe, when he was with Fox Sports, settled a physical incident with a female production assistant. The alleged incident, which had not been previously reported, took place while Sharpe was a co-host on FS1's Undisputed. So reportedly, they said that Shannon Sharpe choked her while they were at the studio. Now, this didn't get taken to court. Fox Sports settled it without it going to court. But this is now something else that we may never have heard of. Jason Whitlock worked at Fox Sports during this happened. Shannon Sharpe's production assistant claimed Sharpe strangled her inside the FS1 building. I was at FS1 at the time. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
Front Office Sports yesterday reported the story that I have been telling you about, that when Shannon Sharpe was at FS1, Freak Sports One, and during the time that I was there, Front Office Sports has reported the story about the young, I believe the woman was 24, 25-ish, white girl, that my understanding, she was involved in a consensual relationship with Shannon Sharpe. This is my understanding. I was there at the time, heard this story in real time. It was the talk all throughout FS1. Shannon Sharpe and the production assistant that claimed Shannon Sharpe strangled her inside the Fox Sports studios, not the actual show studios, but in the building, the work area. And eventually, I think they moved this woman away from that show and it gave her a different job. But everybody at FS1 knew this story. Front Office Sports, and so this had to be 2018, 2019. Everybody talking about this story. Front Office Sports is reporting that Fox Sports and Shannon Sharpe reached a financial settlement with this young woman. Similar claims as the current woman. There's a pattern here. And so when you're looking at Shannon Sharpe and what's going on with he and ESPN and why he's trying to negotiate his way out, he does.
And that is another thing that is now up here because a lot of people feel Shannon's done at ESPN, period, after all of this. At, like a Disney-owned company with this kind of controversy and shit like that. Even Stephen A. Smith said that. This is Disney. I think Stephen A. Smith knows that Shannon Sharpe is gone as well. The reports that Shannon is now trying to get ESPN to buy out his contract, maybe so he can pay off a bunch of people at this point. Just being real, there's a lot of money he might have to spend. How many more of these stories might pop up? Because he was fired from CBS Sports for sexual harassment of some kind. Back in like 2010, 2011, whenever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Incident at Fox Sports 1. Another person alleging that the fucking rape occurred. That lawsuit has been going since 2023. Now another person files.
You remember when he tried to fight John Morant's dad at the Lakers game?
I do remember. Yeah, T. Morant. I think he's fucking done. I think Shannon Sharpe is done. And you know what?
Done on TV forever?
A lot of this was supposed, people speculated when the timing of this lawsuit coincided with $100 million deal that Shannon Sharpe was about to sign for all of his podcasts, all that stuff he does. But the truth then came out. And when Shannon Sharpe first responded to this, I was like, you know what? He's coming out very forcefully saying this is bullshit. I'm not going to reply to Shakedown. We're going to fight this in court. And I thought, okay, I respect that. I respect coming out forcefully, denying it, saying this is bullshit, saying we're going to fight it. But then it turns out that they had been negotiating for 2 months with this woman, and Shannon Sharpe offered her $10 million just to go away quietly. So clearly you were okay with, not okay, but you were ready to negotiate. You were ready for the shakedown. You offered someone $10 million to go away, but they said no because they wanted to file a $50 million lawsuit. So the timing of the $100 million deal had nothing to do with when this started.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess. The craziest thing is, I think Shannon Sharpe just went wild and out with every girl he could because everyone thought he was fucking gay. So he's just trying to beat the allegations, beat the rumors, fuck a bunch of women. And, this is what happens.
So you think he's done forever? Not just on ESPN, but TV in general?
I think he's done with mainstream sports media. And you know what? In this day and age, with his Club Shay Shay stupid stuff that he does, and look, those are intolerable for me to watch. The thing he does with Ocho Cinco, I don't know how anyone sits there and watches those, but some people do. I don't know. I think that this in and of itself, regardless of how this lawsuit goes, he's done at ESPN and all the major networks because of all the extra stuff that's come out surrounding him, not just this lawsuit. Now, if this lawsuit goes to fruition and all these things happen and it comes out and he gets found liable, then I think that will affect sponsorships that he can do individually on his own. Because his YouTube is massive. His podcast stuff is massive. He could just do that the rest of his life. He doesn't need ESPN. He doesn't need media.
Right.
But if sponsors start to step away, who knows?
Good old Shannon Sharpe, man.
Shannon not too sharp.
Shannon not too sharp now.